Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are having Urs Goel with us. Welcome Urs Goel to my channel, and today we will discuss about hiring pattern of startup versus MNC. I just want to ask that what you have observed, that what is the difference between hiring pattern of a startup and MNC?
Hi, Amritanjali. First of all, thank you so much for inviting me to your channel. I'm more than happy to be here discussing about the hiring patterns of a startup versus an MNC. So I've been into this space from quite some time and have been looking at the hiring processes of different companies, be it startups or MNCs, talking to people who have been hired by startups, talking to people who have been hired by product-based companies. So I believe that I can very well justify the topic of today. So the first thing, like if I generally talk about the hiring process of a startup or an MNC, basically both are looking out for smart people. Smart in the sense they are looking out for good problem solvers. They want people who can tackle the new problems that come within the company every day, right? So everybody out there in the software industry, majorly they are hiring for someone who can who is good at his technical skills, along with that who can handle different multiple things at a particular time. So talking, like, we'll start with the hiring process of an MNC. As you all might be aware of that, generally if I talk about fresher hiring in an MNC like Microsoft or Amazon or any other company, so they majorly focus upon general problem solving skills. When I say general problem solving skills, they are tested through your data structural algorithms problems. That is how well you are at DSA, how well you are able to code a particular problem, but new problem in an interview. So major chunk of your interview revolves around, and the entire process revolves around knowledge of data structural algorithms, I would say. Also, along with that, they will see if you have done some development. That's definitely a plus point. Along with that, like your CS fundamentals that you study in your college. So the entire process, I would say 60 to 70% is GS algos. Rest can be categorized into system design or into CS fundamentals or into these projects, but major chunk is still based upon data structural algorithms. Secondly, when I talk about startups, so hiring trends have been changing, like not only for startups but for MNCs also. Like what is generally the tendency of a company is that they'll conduct an online test. After that online test, like that is considered to be as a screening round. So after that screening is done, so they pick candidates for interviews. But nowadays a lot of companies are coming up with their own hackathons. So this is something that we are seeing new, because due to multiple reasons, right? Like people are considering that online coding tests might not be the right judge for a person, or he or she might lose the opportunity. So what companies are coming up with a new phenomena is they're coming up with hackathons. Like you have seen Microsoft coming up with Microsoft Engage program. You have seen JP Morgan Chase coming up with JP Morgan Chase Code for Good hackathon, and Walmart coming up with their own hackathon, American Express coming up with their Code Street. So almost every tech company is trying to shift into this. So what they do is, like, they conduct a hackathon of 2 days, 3 days long, and after that the people who perform really well in that hackathon, they are given a chance to interview, right? So trends are changing slowly. Like people want, like companies are looking forward to someone who can really like build something, who can really solve some challenging problems, and they want to see like what actually a student has done. So this is also something that we have seen in the recent past. Like I've mentioned about Microsoft, JPMC, American Express, Walmart, different other companies. Flipkart is also, like Flipkart has its program known as Flipkart Grid. So almost every company is moving into this tendency, and I can see like in the coming future this is going to be the trend, maybe we can say. Talking about startups, so being in a startup, like there can be two types of startups. Let's categorize them. First is a startup, like let's say you are in your first year or second year looking out for an internship, right? So there are a lot of people having their bootstrap startups in which they want someone who can build their website or someone who can build their Android app. So that kind of a startup is a different thing. And let's say we are talking about some unicorn startups like Cred, like Razorpay, like SMS Gupshup, like Snapchat, ShareChat, and like all of these startups, their pattern and getting an internship in a normal startup, it's a little different, let's say. And like compensation wise also, they are like, these big startups are equivalent to any product based company, right? So when I say Razorpay, when I say Cred, when I say Urban Company, so they have compensation equal to any of these MNCs. Talking about the hiring pattern, so generally the hiring pattern of these companies will require you to have DSA skills. When I say, like, I covered this in one of my videos. I was doing research on what is the hiring pattern of different companies. I talked to people who were hired at Zomato, who were hired at Grofers, who were hired at Swiggy. So, like, see, Zomato is having a very unique process. Let's say when I talk about Zomato, so they don't have a referral system. They don't have an online test. You can just apply to Zomato using referral. Only people who are referred by the already available employees, they can get a chance to interview at Zomato. So different companies have different tendencies. Major chunk, like, they will have different roles, not only software development. They will have roles like front-end engineer, they'll have roles like back-end engineer, they'll have roles like Android developer. So for these particular roles, they have started shifting towards a complete hiring based upon front-end questions. Like Razorpay hired front-end engineers based upon their JavaScript skills. So trends are slowly changing, and let's see what's in store for us in
Yes, so
future.
what I'm seeing that in upcoming days, development knowledge will become a very important, like as important as DSA. Uh,
Yeah.
uh, so the second question I want to ask, like, what are top, you can say, good startup in India that hired too much, like they hired aggressively. So what are all those top startups?
So when I say startups, so there are a lot of good startups. Like, people are generally not aware of these startups. Like, we have heard the names of Swiggy, we have heard the names of Zomato, Grofers, Urban Company. So these are the startups that, like, you can say the work-life balance, work culture, compensation, perks, everything they offer is equivalent to what a product-based company is offering right now. Like in India this year, there are, like, I think 36-37 startups have become unicorn. So all of these startups have got a massive funding, and what they require is to have a strong technical backbone. So for having a strong technical backbone, they can do anything. Like, they are giving money like anything. People, like, if they can match the offer from a very good product based company very easily. You might have seen Bharat Pay was recently offering
BMW.
bikes. Yeah, BMW bikes, and along with that, a Dubai trip. So basically, that is how they are attracting talent. Like, good, they want talented people, they want skilled people, and they are ready to pay anything. Like, multiple startups have been, like, I have also got interview calls from different startups. They want, we will be matching your offer, we will be providing you this, but still, the thing that might not be there in a startup is, like, but if I talk about fresher, so for fresher, generally we should not consider this thing of work-life balance. For a fresher, like, he should be not considering work-life balance in the initial years of his career. This is what I believe. He or she should be majorly looking out for some good technical knowledge, some good technical expertise. Let's say he works for 2, 3, 5 years, and after that he should think of getting into a company which provides good work life balance. If you're getting good exposure, good technical exposure, that is what matters in the longer run. So this is one thing. Along with that, when I say, I was talking about Zomato, so Zomato has a different hiring strategy. What they do is, they'll just hire you based upon referrals from your colleagues. The people who are already working at Zomato, they can refer a person in their company. And, like, different other startups like Grofers or Swiggy is generally a startup that hires in a way how a normal product based company hires. When I say Grofers, so they have a special assignment that they give it to you. Let's say there is a round in which they provide you an assignment. Maybe if you are being hired for a front end role, if you're being hired for a back end role, so you will have to solve that assignment, and you have to submit that assignment. The next interview round, your entire assignment will be discussed. Like, your entire interview will be based upon that assignment. So, like, this is how they want good developers. They want people who actually have done that work that they're looking out for. Also, like, when I talk about startups like unicorn startups, Cred, Razorpay, and all, so they have been looking out for candidates. Like, they have separated out the roles like a front-end engineer, back-end engineer, Android developer, UI UX. So these different kinds of roles are available, and for these particular position, like for example, for a back-end engineer, you will definitely need DSL goals. For maybe for a front-end engineer, they might not ask DSL goals, but still it is good to have because it is at some point being used while working in even different roles. So yeah, this is something that I wanted to say.
So now I can say that our lots of viewer will wants to know how they can get interview opportunity from those startup. What are all those way to get interview opportunity from those startup? How to approach any startup?
So like first of all, for getting into a startup, like they just want talented people. So it is you who have to showcase your talent. Like if you know something, so the best way to showcase it is like you might all be using LinkedIn, right? So LinkedIn is a platform through which you can connect with startup founders, through which you can showcase what you have. Like it's a very good platform through like for example, you're good at blog writing, or you're good at JavaScript, or you're good at building projects, and you have made some really awesome projects. Try making a short video or short snippet out of that project and put it on your LinkedIn, explaining what the project might happen. Like someone from the hiring team or someone from the recruitment team of that startup might get in touch with you directly, seeing that you are putting out relevant content. And it's not about just startups, you might get interview calls from some big companies also if you are doing some good work. And like try make sure that you are consistent enough in posting content regularly so that your post can get engagement. It's not like that you're putting a post after 1 year and you're expecting engagement. So that's also one thing. Apart from that, different companies hire through different platforms. Like many of the startups are currently associated with different companies. Like there's a platform by the name of Relevel also, it offers good startup opportunities. Like many of the startups have tied up with them, and you just need to give a test. And in that test also, in the test of Relevel also, the first round is again DSA. You will be tested upon DSA. After that, if you are appearing for a backend role, if you are appearing for a front-end role, they'll give you an assignment. You need to solve that assignment. After that assignment is done, they'll have an interview discussion based upon that assignment, like whether it's a front-end role or it's a backend role. And after that, you will be finally interviewed, and you will be getting into any of the companies. So like many good startups are there also, so that can also be explored. Along with that, like if you are in your college, right, and you're looking out for internships, because generally internship opportunities are lesser as compared to full-time opportunities. So if you really want, like if you feel that you are confident enough in your skills, you are good at DSA, so you just want to apply those skills. So pick up any startup, look forward to their website, what product they are developing, and how can you contribute to their website, and or how can you contribute to their product, right? Like you will be like, if you are dedicated enough, so you will definitely find out the email ID or something related to the founder. Maybe you can connect with him on LinkedIn, and while connecting, make sure you write down that personalized message along with, because that's something that can be considered if a person accepts or not your connection request. Also, you can mail out that, analyze their website and see how can you contribute, which all features can be added, how can the latency be improved, or anything that you are good in. So make sure you write it down in that mail and put it out mails to some of the founders explaining your idea or something, and definitely they'll invite you for a call if your idea has some power or something that is worthwhile. So that's also a way. Like some of my knowns have got into good startups through this approach. They were not like, even in their second year, third year, they were not getting good internship opportunities, but this way worked for some, so might work for you as well. So these are currently the opportunities, or I would say how people can get to these startups and work for them.
So I think I have asked all those questions. So that's all about this video. Thank you, Urs, for accepting our invitation. And yeah, so thank you so much. I just want to say, and please subscribe this channel, because of course you have watched this video till the end. So I think you like this video. So please like this video and subscribe this channel. That's all. Thank you so much.